Heath Ledger Joker was the greatest villain ever depicted in a movie ever.
100% agree.
No, I'm not.
And if anyone disagrees, you're wrong.
Yeah, you're not entitled to your own opinion. Fuck off.
I think. All right, let's start with him because I think like that. Yeah, I mean, you can't not give that a lot of time, right? And I think just the like, just the why so serious thing, like, oh man, that is just so perfect. It's like he's looking at, especially in that first scene where he goes into the Bruce Wayne's party thing. Was it Bruce Wayne's party or Harvey? No, it's Bruce Wayne, isn't it? And there's all those people in suits and they're all there like with their drinks, and he just bowls in like his purple gear and his hair all over the place, like his messy makeup, and he's just like, why so serious? And it's just like, it's pointing us at the fact like, yeah, like a lot of us live our lives so seriously, and when we get caught up in that serious nature, and I know when I do, like that's when I'm like putting myself through the mental marathon, you know. It's like I'm up against it. I'm taking everything super seriously. Like I need to be doing this, and I'm not good enough at doing that, and I'm not doing enough of this, and all of this stuff. And it's like there's a weight, there's a heaviness that comes to the seriousness. Whereas like the Joker in his own way, obviously, is like representing like, just chill out a bit, have a bit of fun. Like you don't have to take things as seriously as you think. Like it can be a different way if you want. And yeah, like there's a villainous undertone to that.
There is, and I also like what we're getting at here. The seriousness is what takes away our enjoyment out of living. So like George Pransky in the game of, we've referred to that a few times, isn't it?
Yeah.
Game of Life versus Living audio. I guess like what I take from the Joker's why so serious thing. Yeah, okay, let's take the villainous undertones out of it.
For the minute at least.
For now. What I really take from that is, yeah, like if you take seriousness into a game that you're playing, like Mortal Kombat, you are usually not going to enjoy it. And the more seriously you take it, the less, like I find, the less well I perform. I'm not, but I told you about a recent like win that I had in my business this week. And I can't see this slowing down if I don't take it seriously. Like the less seriously I'm taking it, the less I make it mean something, the more I'm just on track to keep going and like do great things.
Yeah.
But I think the temptation to get serious comes with like, okay, this is what's happened so far, I want more.
Yeah.
And more doesn't always equal more.
And do you know, it's really funny because like when you look at it, like Batman doesn't look like he's really enjoying it in those movies, right? And generally like any version of Batman, to be honest. But, like let's just stick with these two. He doesn't really look like he's enjoying like being Batman. Like it's super serious. It's like we want to stop all of it, and there's good reason for it. We're not like washing over that.
But like compare him to Green Lantern, fucking Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
He looks like he's having a great time.
Yeah, or Deadpool, or like. Yeah. But what I'm getting at is like you look at the Joker there, Heath Ledger's Joker. It's like, yeah, there's a villainous undertone, and he's like trying to kill people and blow stuff up and whatever. But he's having fun with it. Like even that bit at the end where he's got like he's got the criminals on one boat and the public people, civilians. I was gonna say the civilization, the civilians on the other boat. Like he's making a game of it. You know, he's like, yeah, right, it's evil, but he's like playing with it. He's having fun. Like he looks like he's having way more fun than Batman, for example. And it's like that's what it's pointing me at. Is like, do you want to have that fun side to the way that you're living your life, or do you want to have like the very serious side where you're just focused on like, oh, I need to like make this happen and then make this happen and then like if I don't make this happen, I'm gonna measure myself against how it should have been or could have been, and then I'm gonna judge myself and beat myself down and all that kind of stuff. Whereas the Joker's just like, yeah, like I don't care if it's the criminals or the civilians who blow each other up, whatever. He's like, yeah, this is fun for me.
He's showing us something with that dilemma as well. It says, I don't know if he says this in the movie, or something like the city's gonna eat itself. And it's really interesting. Like he's given each of them the key, the detonator for the other boat, and you'd expect the prisoners to be like, all right, just kill everyone. And Tiny, Debo, yeah, he picks up the thing and throws it out. Yeah. And I think that's a huge testament to humanity. It's showing us a part of ourselves. Like no one's innocent, like the people on the boat, they're like, oh yeah, like we're doing time and all that. And Tiny's like, I don't doesn't matter, bro. It doesn't matter what you lot want to do. Give it to me. I'll do it. You haven't got it in you to do it. And he throws it out. And the other boat is like judging them.
Yeah.
So on one side you got, oh yeah, like this is our redemption. Cool. Like we'll give our lives so that the innocent people can live. And on the other side, they're like, yeah, fuck those criminals.
Yeah.
And I find it really, it's the Joker showing us something about humanity. When you're judging other people based on their mistakes and all that, you're also doing that to you. When you're condemning someone else to a fate that you think is appropriate, that's showing us something about how you treat you. And another thing that I love, I say this quite often, the Joker, the one line of dialogue that's my favorite out of many movies is Joker goes, I'm like a dog chasing a car. Even if I caught up to it, I wouldn't know what to do with it. And I feel like that's me in so many, I've had that so many times. When I was in Mexico, I was doing it with women and with money. When I started my coaching business, I was doing it with clients and money. I've done it with so many things, you know, like with the gym. I want to get to a certain physique or whatever. Once you got it, then what?
Yeah.
It's such a funny little thing. Like the dog is chasing the car for the enjoyment of chasing the car. That's it. And if there's an end point of I have to get there, useless.
Yeah, it's true. And it's like when you were saying that, like I've definitely noticed it, especially like for me, it's always with like business and money. It's like I think like when I get to that point where I've got X amount in my bank account or I've made Y amount, then what, innit? Like what? And I remember having a conversation once with an old client of mine, and he just left this really like well-paying job, like he was earning like multiple six figures in this job. And he just left, and he started up a new company with some friends. And I remember him saying to me, it's like, it's really funny because I had all of this money that I was earning, and I thought I was like living big time, and I was always scared to like earn less. And he's like, now that I'm actually earning less than that, like probably more than half, I think it was, he was like, the only thing that's different really is like, he's like, my relationship is the same, I'm living in the same place, my level of like happiness stayed the same, like just generally like, the way I felt about things stayed the same. The only thing that was different is that I used to be able to afford Aesop hand soap, and now I buy Dove. And I'm just like, it's so true. It's like that's it. Like we chase the car, and then we think, oh, we'll get when I get to the car, then I'm gonna like do what? Like literally, isn't it? Like what's the end point that we're chasing? Because there isn't one. You know, it's just like, are we enjoying? And you know, going back to the George Pransky audio, George Pransky is well-known coach in this particular type of understanding, and he's got this audio called The Game of Life versus the Living of Life. And what he's talking about is like, when you're enjoying playing the game, you're in the game for the enjoyment of playing it, not to get to the end point. It's like with, say, Monopoly, right? Here we've got a copy of it over there, which we haven't actually even played.
No, we said we would. Shit. It's Naruto themed as well. Come on, man.
Fuck, man. It's like you play the game not to like really. It's a long game, isn't it? It's not like, oh, play a quick half an hour. It's like you're dedicating hours to playing. It's like, enjoy the process of playing, like building up your thing, like buying the houses, like, you know, going to jail, like all of this stuff. And yeah, there will be an outcome at some point. But if you enjoy the process of playing the game, you're going to get a lot more out of it than if you're stressing and, you know, like we were saying, taking it super seriously. Like, oh, I need to bankrupt everyone else so I can win the game. Like, it's not going to be fun. It's going to be a torturous like 3-4 hours for you. And that's what we're getting here, is like, you know, the enjoyment and quality of life that you're living is, for me anyway, is far more important than the outcomes that you're creating as a result of that.
And do you know who fucks up on that the most?
Who?
Maybe not the most. Ra's al Ghul or Liam Nelson. I can't remember what his name is.
Liam Neeson.
Yeah, mate. He's on like, oh yeah, like, you know, fuck you, and I'm gonna destroy the city and all that. And I get where he's coming from. It's more of that Thanos flavor, you know, more of that apocalypse type character. But it's this misguided thing of like, okay, this is terrible, I'm gonna wipe everything off, start again. And it's lazy, you know. Like, Renaissance and revolution are very different. Revolution is like, yeah, revolution, burn it all down, whatever. Renaissance is a revolution of the mind. You gotta burn all of this down, all of the bullshit that you believe, and then build it up again. And that's what he doesn't want. He maybe he does, I don't know, but like he's saying we gotta have revolution in order to have renaissance. And I really like this idea. He is living in the misunderstanding of I have to do these things because the city is fucked. And Batman's like, nah, there's good people around, like chill in it. And he's like, no. And I think we do this with ourselves. Where I'll speak for myself. I do this with myself. I'm very hardcore about some things. Like, no, I gotta do this, and then I can have this. And it's a lot of like extremes. And Ra's al Ghul character is showing us that like there's a toll that is taken on you when you're living in extremes. And Batman, like, yeah, cool. He gets battered, and he's, you know, he has to work hard and fight Ra's al Ghul and all that. But I think Ra's al Ghul is not fighting on the side of love. He's fighting from fear. Yeah. Whereas Batman's fighting from love, and it's totally different.
Thanks for watching this clip. If you like this, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button, and come and follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Nerd Life Coaches. You can find loads more there.